Penultimate event here out of Kalgoorlie. It is the O'Regan Group Handicap. It is for the open class horses, 70 plus 1300 metre event. Crashane, you steered us into an each way priced winner in the first. Which way are you heading here in the second?
Yeah, top weight again, number one. Did it in the last for us, Michael. Nurhaci, we even got a bit of a lead in from post-race interview there by Peter Fernie, the trainer. And I can't see why we'll steer away from this one, because there is a heck of a lot of speed in this. And I've mapped Nurhaci to be perched just in behind that hot speed.
Well, if you're right, Braden Garth missed out on the previous winner, unfortunately fallen ill today, and Honest Legend was his ride. He was off. Brandon Louis was able to jump on and lead all of the way, and he was initially supposed to be on this horse, Crashane, and now Cassey Martinan is on, claiming 2 kilos.
Yeah, so it does pay for some of these riders that, you know, keep coming up to Kalgoorlie, and it's just their luck when it arises.
I think horses are making their way in just behind me now, so we'll kick off with horse number 1, who we should be able to get on screen in a couple of moments there. Nurhaci, who didn't beat a horse home last time out, but did have excuses, and as we mentioned, Peter Fernie trains, gave this horse a pretty good push in the post-race interview after the win of Honest Legend just about half an hour ago, and Cassey Martinan takes over from Braden Garth.
Yeah, last start reads 9th from 9 runners, Nurhaci, but he was out the back, looking at backsides with nowhere to go, beaten less than 2 lengths. So he's out in trip today, which suits. Can't be too far off the speed with the big weight, and his Perth form, Michael, was strong enough, definitely strong enough for this. So they're making their way into the yard, and we just need to cast our eyes over the top weight. He's yet to come into the yard. There he is, and he looks well enough in condition, very calm, and good confirmation as well. Nurhaci.
The 2 Men's Club has been the recipient of good backing, $4.40 into $3.70. Been ultra consistent so far this campaign. Peter Fernie and Lakdar Rumley's in the saddle.
Yeah, agree. Impeccable record up here. 6 starts at the track for 3 wins and 3 seconds. He always has to work early in his races to find the lead, and tries to hold them at bay late. He's been up for some time, Men's Club, and has had some hard runs under his belt. So, look, if he's right soundness-wise, he'll go well again here. Number 2, and he's with those red earmuffs on. A little bit stiff there, but he'll open up his legs through the preliminary.
I thought this was a really good race for the 3 Galaxy Affair second up. Ran second first up. Dan and Ben Pearce combined with Natasha Faithful, looking for their second winner on the program.
Yeah, second up, and has won second up previously. This Merchant Navy 3-year-old looks to be a nice type. 14 starts, 3 wins, 4 seconds. So stats don't lie. Fitter today, out to the 1300, second up in the prep, and drawn a soft gate. There's a lot of positives there, and that's why it's probably favourite, number 3 in Galaxy Affair, but just has to handle the track for mine, but definitely would take some beating, and it's their number 3 walking around, that jet black horse with the black blinkers, and looks quite sprightly.
$4.40 into $3, so it's been a really good move into outright favouritism now, as Crashane said. 4 Solar Eyes. I think you were keen on this horse from memory a fortnight ago, Crashane. Brett Drury trains, Lisa Staple rides, but drawn the outside.
Yes, was, but with the ride and where it got to, it was tickets confetti after that. But look, had no luck 2 weeks ago. Race keen and wide throughout, and did start as favourite. And again, widest gate today with plenty of speed inside him, so he'll need luck.
The 5 Semigel was an eye-catcher last time out, only beaten a half length, was last in the run. 21 days between runs here. Peter Fernie and Chrissy Bennett combined. Yeah,
just going out now in the David Reed colours. Missed the kick on that occasion by 2 lengths, sat back and ran home well. Only beaten a half length. Look, he's improved at each run, each of his runs back in Semigel. He's a little bit headstrong there in the preliminary, but he's definitely building towards a win, Semigel. Each way claims.
The 6 Strata Creed goes around here for Joanne Forrest, and Jordan Turner retains the ride.
It wasn't far away last time out behind Gluten Free. That was over 1400. More of a middle distance staying type of horse, Strata Creed. So may find these a little bit sharp today.
The 7 Gluten Free is a scratching, I think. Do we have a rider for Gluten Free? Yes, we do. 7 Gluten Free goes around here. Another Peter Fernie runner.
Well, found late in the market, and after finding the front it was all over. Look, he's up in class today, down in weight, back in trip, but looks well, but still not sort of genuine enough for mine. Gluten-free. I thought a couple of the other Kambana Lodge conveyances might have an edge on him. He needs to sort of be up on the speed gluten-free.
Chris Parnham is the replacement rider for Clint Johnson-Porter, who is not riding today. 8, Another Demon. 26, Big Drift out to 60 to 1 for Helen Harding and Keshel Duran.
Yeah, well, the run 2 starts ago had a lot of merit, but didn't follow it up last start. Hard to have.
9 in Kakadu has been racing fairly consistently. Goes around here for Gary Bowen and Brandon Louis.
Oh, he was really good last time out. Michael got back, rattled to the line late on a track where they just weren't making ground on that good 3. So he gets in light, Kakadu, this Galar 7-year-old now, and Brandon Louis sticks with him. He's ridden him at his last 4 starts, so he gets to know him. And I thought with the right run, Kakadu is right in this.
And an outside chance is 10 Nicholas, 20 to 1, out to 40 to 1. Neil Della, Victoria Corva.
Yeah, returning from a let-up, hasn't raced since Anzac Day, and will get back. Nicholas, he's a big horse, would need a run.
Well, looking at this market before we get your selections, Crashane, 3 Galaxy Affair was $3 in from $4.40 when we were doing his preview. He's now into $2.80, so there's been really good support for this Merchant Navy 3-year-old. 2 Men's Club is $4.40 to $3.70 as well, well supported. The rest are out the door. Solarize $6.50 only out of touch to $7, but gluten-free $4.20 to $7. Nurhaci $5.50 to $7.50, even after being given a really good push by Peter Fernie after the previous race. Kakadu $13 to $15, Semigel $16 to $18, Strata Creed $26 to $40 to 1, Nicholas $20 to 1 to $40 to 1, and Another Demon goes around the $50 to 1 rank outsider. Are you with the money here with Galaxy Affair?
I've got Galaxy Affair second on the second line there in the selections, Michael. 1, 3, 9 and 2, 1 Nurhaci for mine, 3 Galaxy Affair, 9 Kakadu, 2 Men's Club. Look, tricky race from a map perspective. Men's Club has speed, Solarize speed, gluten-free, and to a lesser extent Another Demon. I just thought they're going to go pretty quick early and then might come up for air halfway through the race here, and I just wanted to be on one that's just going to be parked behind them. And when they have to go again and sprint again, I thought he might be able to just get over the top. He needs to be up there because he's got a lot of weight, and that's the top weight, number 1, Nurhaci. And the form lines through Perth read well enough for this. And if anyone sort of watched the replay, that 1100 metre 70 plus behind No Dust on Me, there was a lot of luckless chances, and he was one of them, Nurhaci. 3 Galaxy Affair, there's a lot to like about this horse, this 3-year-old. Still has the rest of its future in its sights. Only 14 starts, 3 wins, 4 seconds, so you know that you've got a progressive one there, and I think out to 1300 second up in the prep here at this track. Barrier 2, you've got to include 9 Kakadu, so if they do overcook it in front, it probably could have and should have got a lot closer to what it ran last start, Kakadu, and that was behind gluten-free, only got beat 1.6 lengths, but made up a ton of ground in the straight. And 2 Men's Club, he's been up for some time, but again, he strung 3 wins together, and he sort of has to lead. He's got the weight to carry and also the gate to overcome. So 1, 3, 9 and 2 for mine in a little tricky affair, the 1300, race 6 out of Kalgoorlie.
1, 3, 9 and 2, another each way play with 4 Crochet with Nurhaci, now touching $8, so continues to ease in the market. And so is Galaxy Affair, who was $2.70, now at to $3.10, with some late support for Solarize, who Crochet was keen on last start, didn't have any luck, but drawn the outside today. Did actually touch $11 at one stage, is now $5.50 after an opening quote of $6.50. Not much action outside of that, so the best backed runner over the closing minutes is the 4 in Solarize. Nurhaci, that form reads up really well. You look back 3 starts ago, a length and a half off Goes 2 Walks at Ascot, Goes 2 Walks another winner yesterday at Belmont, a 72+ win after winning a 66+ a fortnight ago. So certainly a good form line there. 1, 3, 9 and 2. Here's Royce for the call of race 6.
Runners coming along well here. Solarise joins the line. So we've got 3 to come forward, including gluten-free, Nurhaci, and also Semigel. Peter Fernie represented by 4 runners here as gluten-free goes forward. The last 2 also from the Fernie camp, Semigel and also Nurhaci. Favouritism with Galaxy Affair been well supported, $3.20 outright favouritism ahead of Men's Club 4. Solarise $5.50, gluten-free $7.50, and then that horse on screen, Nurhaci, out to $8 now. Cassey Martinan in the saddle. Last one to come forward as well. Good on you, Stu. Yes, Nurhaci, the last one to come forward, and does so now. We're set over at the 1300. Ready to go. Field of 10. And the gates fly back. They're off racing. Starter caught them in a perfect dispatch. Now Men's Club from out wide, as he likes to do, he's going to try and find the paint, and he's got early speed as well. He's going to do that. So Men's Club straight to the front from Nurhaci, settling closer. They were followed by Nicholas the Fence, together with also in that clump the favourite in just back in behind these Galaxy Affair. They were followed next of all in company with another Demon, Solarise just ahead of those. A further 2 then to Kakadu in company with gluten-free, the last out winner. A break then to Semigel and Stratocreed at the tail. It's Men's Club who shows the way, takes them onto the Charles Street side from Nurhaci, Solarise third, but 3 wide, then Nicholas. They were followed by Galaxy Affair, then came another Demon under pressure a long way from home. Kakadu locked away down on the fence, then gluten-free, who's often gone around the outside. Semigel grabs onto its coattails, and Stratocreed an outright last. They straighten up for the run home. It's Men's Club out by 2. Nurhaci starting to flatten out down the outside, and then came Nicholas, Galaxy Affair. Further back then to Kakadu. It's Nurhaci who hit the lead from Men's Club, trying to respond. Galaxy Affair, 1 pace for the time being. It's Nurhaci in front. Galaxy Affair the outside, but Nurhaci goes on and wins. Nurhaci wins a half a length. Galaxy Affair third in Men's Club, 4th Kakadu. They were followed in by Semigel, and then came next in gluten-free Stratocreed, followed by Nicholas, another Demon, and Solarise pulled up last. 1, 3, 2. The first 3 across the line, and a nice pickup ride here for Cassey Martinan. Poor old Braden Garth must be sitting in the locker room, and he's given up 2 winners in the last 2 races. Number 1, your winner, Nurhaci for Peter Fernie, and Cassey Martinan by Nakoni from La Soir Noir. Owned by Andrew Ingalls, Annabelle Ingalls, Zach Ingalls, L Ingalls, Miss G Ingalls, Paul Jackson, Miss J Jackson and Brent Jackson. So an Ingalls and Jackson's affair there, with Nurhaci taking out race number 6, the O'Regan Group Handicap. 3 gets second, Galaxy Affair for Dan and Ben Pearce. Tash Faithful in the saddle by Merchant Navy from Wild Ava, owned by the Pearce Racing Syndicate and also Mrs. D. Pearce. 2 third, Men's Club, the Pacemaker for Peter Fernie and Lactar Ramoli by Rommel from Matilda Grace, owned by Justin Warwick. The Bring Bigger Bags Syndicate, Miss L. Britton, G. Jones, T. Nisbet, G. Pearson, D. Robertson, R. Waddell and G. Jones, and 4th in was the 9. Down the bottom of the page, Kakadu for Gary Bowen and Brandon Louis. 1, 3, 2 and 9, a half a length by 1 3/4. 1:17.58 the gallop. They came home in 35.4, but a very convincing win here from the top weight in Nurhaci.
And here he is now, Peter Fernie, who brings up the 3rd win of the day. Pete, you steered the punters into this one. You're seeing them pretty well.
Yeah, I think he was really unlucky the other day. As you said in the pre-race thing, like Goes to Walks won a 72 plus yesterday, or 78 plus, so he had to be a good chance in this race.
Yes, no luck at all last time out. You had him, he raced here last preparation, but he's up in the ratings now. This is a 70 plus. He had 61.5 kilos. What do you do with him after today?
I don't know. Luke will most probably pinch him, so he might want him down there a bit or something. So it was good to win for Andrew, and Jacko gives me a great hand. He's me foreman and me travelling partner, so it's great to win for him.
You haven't had a great deal of luck with the jockeys over the last 24 hours. Clint Johnson-Porter was your rider today. He was crook yesterday at Belmont, laid out. Then Braden Garth halfway through today, but it hasn't appeared to matter.
No, they're all doing a good job. Cassey rode that a treat. It's most probably a little bit further forward than I wanted him, but she knew what she had under him. She's done a good job.
A couple of outside chances in the last. Could you round out the day with a fourth?
I hope Make Me Profits, as I think he's a good chance, and send him. We're going to try and ride him a little tiny bit closer, colder, and see how he goes.
All right, well done here.
Thank you.
Third winner of the day for Pete Fernie, Nurhaci. Pick-up ride there for Cassey Martinan. Our Sky Thoroughbred Central audience are off to the 9th at Singapore.